Hey Fueled Up friends, welcome back or welcome. My name is Ashley, also known as Food for Fuel Dietitian. On my channel, I give you tips and tricks to live your best, healthiest life. In today's video, I want to get back in the kitchen and show you guys a quick kitchen hack that I like to use that helps you to save money and eat healthier. And it's just a great way to cut back on waste as well. So what it is homemade veggie broth. While eating a plant-based diet, I find that I get a lot of veggie scraps. And that's what this is right here. So this is a bag of frozen veggie scraps. So I want to kind of walk you through my steps of how I make my own veggie broth. As I'm preparing foods, as I'm chopping them, I always save the leftovers, that extra, in this Ziploc bag. And so I keep adding it and adding it, putting it back in the freezer, taking it out, adding more. And once it's full like it is now, I actually put it in the Instant Pot with water and some spices, which I'll show you, and I make my own broth. And what you can do with that broth is freeze it so that you can use it at a later time, or you can keep it in the fridge, or you can use it right away. I would just always write the date on it so you know when you made it so that it doesn't stay in there too long, because like I said, there's no added salt in this one that I make, so there's no natural preservatives to keep a longer shelf life. Some of the things that I have in this bag include scallion scraps, broccoli scraps, celery scraps, and some kale scraps as well. So the stem of the kale I usually toss right into here, as well as some of the leaves from the celery. And I love cauliflower and broccoli stems in my broth. I think it gives a really nice flavor. So what I'm gonna do is take my Instant Pot lid, take it off, open up the Ziploc bag, and pour in the veggies. I believe this is a quart-size Ziploc bag. You can get these. I also have silicone reusable ones that aren't this big, but I might try to get bigger ones so that I can use that instead of the Ziploc and have to keep using it. However, I do usually keep this, wash it, and reuse it. So you can always do that too to cut back on waste. I have some extra here because I figured why not. There's some stems of green beans here as well. I'm gonna add those in. And then the spices I'm going to be adding today are just turmeric and black pepper. So I'm going to put a generous amount of the black pepper in there and some turmeric. And then you'll need about 8 cups of water. Sometimes I also like to add some fresh herbs or dried herbs just to give it some extra flavor as well. Now I'm gonna pop on that lid. And I'm gonna set the timer to 30 minutes on high pressure and press start. So now all you have to do is wait for it to finish, and we'll come back to it when it's done to show you how to strain it out and jar it up so you can freeze it for a later day. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes, a little bit longer because it does take about 5 to 10 minutes to preheat the Instant Pot. So I'm going to release the pressure. All right, now that it's done releasing, I'm going to open it up. Smells amazing. I'm gonna get some pot holders to pick up the bowl out of the Instant Pot. And we're gonna pull out just so I can show you if you can see that. It's just overcooked veggies essentially. Sorry for my dishwasher, it's kind of noisy over here. What you're going to want to do is grab a large bowl. So essentially what you're going to do is pour this big Instant Pot bowl over the sieve, which is kind of like a colander, but it has very small, it's mesh lining so that nothing falls out of it. So we can really squeeze all the veggies out of this so that we get as much broth as physically possible. The easiest way to do this is A, with someone else helping, and B, once this cools down, because it's really hard to press this with your bare hand if it's steaming hot, right? It's gonna hurt. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of how to pour it into there. I'm going to personally wait for this to cool down before I really squeeze out all the liquid from the veggies. So I've just lined up my sieve right into the bowl and I'm going to pour the broth over it. So you'll do this for a few rounds, just getting out all that extra veggie broth. And like I said, once it's cooled, you're going to squeeze it all out, and that way you can get as much broth as physically possible. And like you can see, you get quite a bit of broth. So this is going to be perfect for freezing, for keeping in the fridge, sauteing vegetables without oil even. So if you want, you can keep this in jars in the freezer, or you can also wait for it to cool, but then you can line an ice cube tray and put some veggie broth cubes in there. So that way, if you do saute in veggie broth, you can just pop a couple cubes into the pan next time you're cooking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Be sure to check out the description. I have all my information about nutrition counseling, my website, my poetry book link, my Instagram, my Facebook, all that good stuff. Remember to fuel yourself, don't fool yourself. Bye guys.